Now, what we want to be able to do is talk about these inequalities, and I kind of beat myself to the punch here with my Big Mac and cheeseburger idea. If you have a Big Mac and a cheeseburger, the Big Mac's greater than a cheeseburger, you can add stuff, you can subtract stuff, you can divide. You know what? Half a Big Mac's bigger than half a cheeseburger. Half a Big Mac with a pickle is bigger than half a cheeseburger with a pickle. So they're going to stay the way they are except for one thing. And that is this. We'll say Big Mac is greater than cheeseburger, except what if I made the Big Mac a negative Big Mac? And I made the cheeseburger a negative cheeseburger. So somebody slipped a little bad stuff in there, it's like going to make you sick. So it's like poison or something. Now, which one would you rather eat? The cheeseburger that's bad or the Big Mac that's bad? And you'd rather have the cheeseburger that's bad because it's less of a sandwich than the Big Mac. So all of a sudden, this one becomes bigger than that one because it's less negative. Okay? So, when you multiply or divide by a negative, you have got to switch the inequality symbol. I'll show it to you really quickly. You got 10, you got 5. What would you rather have, $10 or $5? You say, oh, I'd rather have 10. 10 is greater than 5. Well, if I make that negative, and I make that negative, what would you rather lose, a $5 bill or a $10 bill? And you'd say, well, I'd rather lose a $5 bill because I'm not losing as much money. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Multiplying or dividing by a negative reverses the inequality. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be asked, I'm not going to be asked, but you're going to be using inequalities more likely on the state test, and you run into some problems like this, where it says solve and graph. So, we got it solving is solving. You get the letter by itself. So I'm going to undo combining here first. Add 8. So 3c is greater than 28. I'm going to divide. And that doesn't divide out evenly, unfortunately. It's 9 1/3. So I'd have to be finding where 9 is and where 10 is. And I'd have to find 9 2/3 and put an open circle shade to the right. Okay? Here may be an example. I have 400 miles I can go on my vehicle. My mileage is 15 miles per gallon. When will I have less than 100 miles to go? So, whatever. Maybe I'm on a bike ride and I'm going 15 miles per hour. I want to get it less than or equal to 100 miles. Doesn't matter. Let's get them figured out. So negative 400, negative 400, negative 15m is less than or equal to negative 300. And now I'm dividing by negative 15, and now you have to remember what we just talked about. Multiplication or division by a negative changes this thing around. So m is greater than or equal to 20. Okay, so we want to find 20 wherever that might be. Fill in the dot and go to the right. Okay? Here's another example of an expression where I want to know when this is greater than this. Letters are on both sides, don't want that. Get the letters on the same side. And solving is solving. So I'm getting 20 positive 60 is greater than 80. I'm going to take away the 20. So 60 is greater than 60. Looks like D is greater than 10. Okay? So I find 10, and I am greater than 10. Okay? So solving one variable inequalities, or equalities, pretty simplistic. Just remember, if you multiply or divide an inequality by a negative, you have to reverse the inequality symbol. That should help, and we will catch you next time on America's Greatest Math Videos. MCA preparation for Worthington. Thanks a lot.